Good morning, champions and pancakes alike. My name is Shawn. I'm coming to you live from the safe, isolated confines of Codename Entertainment Streaming Studio in very beautiful, like clear skies, nice and warm this morning. Beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. With me today from ever and forever in the pits of hell, as we know, my best friend Lee.
You stole my bit, you stole my intro, you stole my cadence, and you slipped up while doing it.
I did.
You were like,
I did.
We're coming to you live.
I panicked, okay? I panicked.
I guess I'll steal your bit then. Well, hey, I'm in Phoenix over here, and, you know, it's like...
Whoa. I'm not from Eastern Canada.
It's hot, you know, and, I think that's a little Minnesota, too. I don't know. You're taking my steez. This isn't a good way to start. All right, everybody, we're starting over.
Okay, hold on. Go back to logos. Okay, and then we're back. Good morning,
back.
everybody. Hey.
What's up? Hello. It's me, your boy. Hit the like. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's your boy back at it again. There we go.
One more. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Lee. Hello, forever best friend Shawn. Don't ever step on my intro again.
Last second, literally a last second decision to be like, all right, I'm gonna do the live thing. I'm gonna do the live thing.
I'm having some Timbits for breakfast. Is what I had this morning. Thank you for the prompt, Garwar. Anyway. Do we do pancake art on this thing, or what's up?
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
and that's all you. I just sit here and talk, really. So.
This is a good point.
My job is very simple, okay? I just sit here and chat.
You talk so good.
I'm not going to expand on that, because we're alive. So how's everybody doing today? Are we geese today? Yes, we're just going to honk away. Lauren was saying something about, I saw it earlier, I think yesterday, when we got the art for it, that she had stories about this specific animal. Because us Canadians were taught at a very young age to not handle these beasts at all. Canadian beasts, yeah.
Yeah, y'all got some weird, like... Was it goose lore?
Yeah, cobra chickens. Yeah. It's just I don't know. Like they are very. If you get close, they are very aggressive. So we were taught very quickly to not even like look in their direction, because they will honk and they will come at you.
Is that why demonic geese just are geese?
Yeah. Well, it's the scale, right? There's like geese, and then there's like demon geese, and then there's the Canadian geese, and that's just once you get out to the Canadian geese, it's just even worse. Lauren, a flock of them decided to hang out in the parking lot, and one perched on my car. I had to get to a gig, so I had to fight a Canadian goose to get to my car. Oh my god. Do you know the technical name for Canadian geese? I don't know if there's a... I just know they're the geese. I don't know if there's any specific name for them.
Goosius oculus.
Yeah. Yeah, level up for a boss fight for sure. Oh yeah. I would never want to... If I had geese on my car and I had to get to a gig, I'd be like, sorry, I can't make it. There are literal monsters on my car. I can't do it. It's not safe.
I don't think anyone's disputing that Lauren is braver than you. Yeah. Like I don't think that's ever been a like, oh man, I wonder who's more brave.
Yeah.
Lauren or Timbit.
Yeah. Reviver, I show up for a rare view of the live stream and I get goosed. Thanks guys. You got a problem. Honk.
Let's get those honks in chat.
Yeah. If I don't see 350 people honking right now, I'm leaving. Canadian geese are the result of Result channel experience to channel all the virtues of the country into evolved dinosaurs. That's totally it. Yeah. All of the Canadian hatred and anger is funneled into the geese. Thank you, everybody who honked. I appreciate it. Oh, geese are so weird. You're like, oh, it's like these big little birds. Like, look at them, and then they just honk and start running at you. You're like, oh god.
May or may not have forgotten to make a pinkish reddish color. So.
Oh no.
That's okay.
How dare you, sir? Yeah, their beaks have teeth. Yeah. Star Chaser 43 is asking, so, Sean, what was for breakfast? You know, everybody asks what was for breakfast, not how was breakfast.
That's not a bad point.
Yeah. I feel like I have proven over the past couple weeks, I have started eating breakfast. So.
I really hope that your response right now is, except today, I did not eat breakfast.
No, I had breakfast today, and it was good.
Was it Tim Hortons?
Yes, it was. The comment was so Sean. Nevada. Yeah, why is breakfast? I have been planning that all morning, by the way.
That joke?
Yeah, that joke, yeah.
Nothing makes a joke better than talking about how I was rehearsing it in the mirror.
I woke up this morning and I was like, you know, when I get asked what's for breakfast, I'm going to hit him with the, but no one asked how was breakfast.
Did you also rehearse that you were going to talk about your rehearsing of it?
No, that's all off the cuff from there on.
Dang, yeah. You are full improv's hero.
Yes, and let's go. Aquatic Demon 1 asks, my fiance just asked me a question I don't know the answer to. Do you eat the pancakes?
The number of years that I have been doing pancake art, I have eaten so many pancakes. But now I get to foist some pancakes over my baby's way. So Miles has at least one pancake. In fact, I posted last week that he and Penelope became great friends in a very digestive way.
That's good. What do you think? You think you're gonna feed on the geese one today? The goose one? The geese would be multiple, or the last one.
I try. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I try not to give him the scariest of pancakes I make.
Yeah.
Remind me later. Thank you. Hey, you should update your Surface. Keep yourself up to date. Be like, oh, okay. Let's do that during my show. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great time.
Thanks.
Yeah. Tony says, hey, Sean, where was breakfast? Breakfast was at my desk. You can't eat in the streaming room. Aquatic Demon's fiance says, aw, cool. Glad to hear. Miles is eventually going to be somewhere, order pancakes, and wonder why he's getting plain circles and not pieces of art.
He's going to be pissed.
Yeah. I requested Winnie the Pooh as a pancake, and you give me a circle? What is this?
Yes, I'll have your best elder dragon, please.
Yeah. Alias Buck's asking, get a new griddle yet? Or planning on getting a new griddle?
I've been planning on it. This one's working out okay. Yeah. I mean, it's great. It's just making those temperature adjustments. So I will. I mean, shoot! It took me how many months to open this?
Yeah. And then the fear of using it for a long time too. Like, I don't know how this new one works. So.
Yeah, and then I find out like, oh, amazingly well. Okay.
Yeah. It's like it was made for this.
Yeah. How Maybelline of you.
Yeah.
I will say, last week and this week, I made my batter. Well, last week was kind of an accident. It was sort of um, it's almost where I would normally have it, but I don't really want to mess with it too much.
Mm-hmm.
I made my batter a little thinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of really liking it because like some of my line work is just a lot more. It can be a lot more crisp if it's a little more flowy. You just got to be more mindful of your control over it.
Yeah. Honk's got a +5 to intimidation checks. Yeah. Hearing a Canadian goose honk is definitely a wisdom save to brace for fear. DC 25. Oh my god, he's doing littering. Unprompted. So how was your week? Anything exciting happen? Anything new?
My folks are in town still. That's fun.
Cool. Are they out with everybody right now? Or
No.
are they hiding in the room?
No, well, because last week, Ashley actually came back early from going out because the day before, Miles tripped over one of his toys, but landed on it.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah, and
poor boy.
Yeah, and he fractured his tibia.
Oh my god. How's he doing? He had a little cast on, right? I think I saw the picture.
Yeah, he had a little like soft cast on, and we had to take him back to see if they needed to put like a hard cast on, which they didn't. So
That's good.
it's not too bad. Now he just has like a brace sort of thing on.
Oh, how's he doing?
Yeah. Oh, I mean he's a super trooper, so he's like you wouldn't even know that he's hurt. He's adapting to the. I mean, mostly those casts and things like that are to kind of slow him down a little bit. But yeah, now Miles can level up to stunt kid from Elias Buck.
Ooh. Let's pick that up later. Yeah, we got our new 3D printer a couple days ago.
What?
Yeah, so I have two now. One that's somewhat works, which I gotta fiddle around with, and the new one we got this auto leveling kit which go along with it. It's like I hate leveling 3D printer beds. It's annoying and it's so finicky. And if it's off even a little bit, it ruins the entire print. So we got this little this little thing that sits on by the extruder, and when it goes down, it like pokes the bed and goes, "Oh, this is how close I am," and like works with it. But it turns out the place we got it from bought the wrong version. So I spent like 3 to 4 hours trying to like load firmware onto the 3D printer, hook it up into the motherboard, and try and figure out what the hell was going on. And it was like, why? And like, okay, it's like, and the plugin was the video I saw was like, oh, this plugin has like two pieces. One goes into this spot, one goes to this spot. And I was like, all right, that should be easy. So I did that. I was like, this isn't working. So I looked at another video. It's like, yeah, you need this like one 5-pin thing, and it'll go in and you'll be fine. And I was like, but I don't have that. More research is like, oh, this is all I ever got was for the older version, not this brand new version that just came out. So to bring it back, and the guy was like, oh, that's an oversight. It's like, great.
Oof.
It's like 3 to 4 hours of my life just like wasted trying to like fiddle with this thing, and I hate building stuff because I'm not a very handy person. So when it came to like, building the 3D printer, I kept doing things wrong like every step of the way.
Sean, I don't know what this means, but when you say I'm not a very handy person, I want you to know I believe that very much.
I'm not good at building things. Yeah, so my Wednesday was like nothing. Like after work, it was just straight 3D printer building, and by 11 o'clock, I was like, I hate this. I'm done, and then just went to bed.
Have you printed anything yet?
Not yet. I have to level the bed still because now it's not doing automatically. I have to manually level it and then figure that out. Yeah.
Talk about a bummer. I got this, so I didn't have to I didn't have to manually level, but now I do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Lee, by contrast, at least on stream, is a very hand person. Yeah.
from Jason Nolte.
Yeah.
Jason Nolte. This is true.
Yeah. So. But I'm excited because apparently this printer is really, really good. So, and just does really good work on like fine detail stuff. So I'm gonna use it to print some probably some D&D terrain and some minis.
Ready to get goosey with it?
Well, let's get goosey with it. Honk, honk, honk. Love it.
Siobhan, it is not a new spatula.
Yeah, clip it. Yeah, clip the honks. Coffiness as well. That's good. Lauren, those beak teeth. Oh my god, I know. No bitey.
Hot.
Luxudus, the question: what's the onomatopoeia for the Franco-Canadian geese? Is it hon hon hon? Oh boy, it's good. Nevada, this is more terrifying than the Tarrasque. I don't think we've done a Tarrasque yet. Or did you do one personally?
I've personally done one.
Oh.
And on Twitter, I posted a thing, or well, a thing was posted, and I sent it out. But not next week, but the week after next week, is the Dungeons and Pancakes game.
Oh yeah.
That Justice is DMing.
So that means no Griddle Champions on the 30th.
There won't be a Griddle Champions on the 30th, but a half out at 12:30 Pacific time will be the Jasper's game day or game week game. And what's really cool is, you know, they had their auctions for the players, and super glad that people really took to it. So we got our players, but then also we're doing a raffle to pick the big bad final boss that they fight, and it can be anything, which is kind of cool.
Tiamat. Nevada's.
Well, I mean, why go Tiamat when you could do something like a 5-headed dragon, all with like Matt Mercer's face? I mean, you could seriously just
Anything. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it could be anything, and then Justice will give it the stats.
We'll stat block it on the fly. Oof.
Well, I mean, not exactly on the fly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some. You know, I have to source the art together to make it work.
Yeah. Nevada says that's definitely what she was referring to, and did not get it mixed up with Tiamat.
Yeah, Shawn.
I knew that.
But it would be awesome if the pancakes turned out for the stream.
That would be cool. I'll probably turn on while I'm working. Yeah.
So yeah, we're integrating pancake art into a game of Dingy.
Yeah. So legally distinct electric mouse could be doable. Could be.
Yeah.
As long as it bears no resemblance to the one with the copyright. Have you seen the new Unearthed Arcana for the Dragonborn stuff?
I have not yet. I've seen stuff about it, but I haven't seen like stuff about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to talk about the draconic options and how it like kind of separates Dragonborn now into like chromatic, metallic, and gem, which I think is pretty cool. And then all the new Kobold stuff is neat. You have a tail attack, which I am now dedicated to making a Charmander Kobold. I'm just gonna his goal to become a dragon at level 20 to become Charizard. That's my new plan. If I ever make my next D&D character is gonna be that 100%. Especially because you get a cantrip.
As a kobold?
Yeah. You have to learn one cantrip from the sorcerer spell list.
Hmm.
So I think I can take Firebolt. So you'll have a flamethrower attack. Yeah, sorcerer wizard. Yeah. So that's my next little character. Yeah, with a little flame mortis tail. Yeah, you know it. Oh hey, Robo Goblin, how's it going?
Hey, Robo Goblin.
Yeah, so that's next time I'm my character in a D&D game. That will be it. Is it level 20 for becoming a dragon? I don't know if they actually become dragons. You can get like the gifts and stuff that maybe get something from there. Yeah, so I think that's like you become a dragon or anything like that, but that'd be cool. It's a kobold's dream, though, to become a dragon. So what's the theme for today? Honk. That's the theme. Well, I know Dylan brought it up yesterday, but the Rolothan Psychic Lance spell that's in this Earth Arcana is just so good.
What does it do?
It's a intelligence saving throw. And if you know their true name, or if you know the utter the character's name, they gain no benefit from cover or invisibility because the lance will just hone in on them immediately. If it's
a spell or a weapon?
This is a spell. It's a 4th level spell. 120 feet, only verbal. It's an intelligence saving throw. 10d6 psychic damage. And then if they fail the saving throw, if they succeed, nothing happens. If they fail, 10d6 psychic damage, and they're incapacitated till the start of your next turn.
Zoinks.
Yeah, that's a really good spell. And you're hitting a target saving throw that's not very common. Dang, I looked away and missed the honking flip. The honking flip. We'll need a flip review on here. Yeah, like a flip cam. Here's the play-by-play. You missed the flip.
If you're just joining us, we flipped a pancake.
Let's go to the big screen.
You'll see here.
Yeah. Get a little pop-up window that's like right, like up in the corner.
All up in them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just if you know the target's middle name. Yeah, David Alexander Smith. You stop that right now. Yeah. The Spurt Pancake. Which episode was that? That was not the last special we did, but the one before it. Right? When we did like the meme ones.
Yeah, it was the Summer
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Yeah, I know it's on Discord for sure. I posted a picture of it there, but
it's
definitely on your Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, TTRP gifs made a gif of it, so
yeah. But yeah, I definitely think definitely it's the Summer Spectacular. So, which you can find on our YouTube. Little known fact: a Canadian geese are fluent in Infernal and Abyssal. Yep. That needs to be a scene slow-mo instant replay flip cam. It'd be kind of cool to get all set up and have it like screen record that little part and then like at any given point just like hit the button and just like shows the replay of it. That's too advanced for this. The setup for this show is very simple. I have like 4 different scenes to go through, which is like the countdown, the logos, this view, and then like the ending art stuff. And that's it. And I just add Lee's Zoom call to the stream overlay, and then we're good. That's all. And then I changed like the honk honk. So change the code. But I've seen the Idle Insights one is just like there's so much to it. I'm like, I don't want that on my show. I just want to keep mine simple. We know you're a Twitch wizard. I wish. Every once in a while, I've been like, maybe I should stream at home. But then I realize I'm not hardwired in my modem at home, and it probably wouldn't run that well. Star Chaser 43. Is it true that Dragonbait just missed the cut for being a pancake this week?
Yeah, it was like, oh man, we're doing some like monstrous, some evil. You know what? Let's do it. And then someone was like, well, what about a goose? I'm like, oh yeah, get out of here, Dragonbait.
Yeah. Dragonbait opened the door to the meeting room. He's like, can I come in, guys? And we're like, get out.
Hey guys, does anybody need like a coffee or maybe make me a pancake? Dragonbait.
Who let him in here? Security.
It smells like sulfur in here. That's rejection.
Wop, wop, wah.
That's the thing though, is Dragonbait when he's like happy and sated, he smells like doo-doo, and none of us want to smell that. So we've just been like, no. And his disappointment, oh, it smells good.
Yeah.
Like lavender and jasmine.
See, that's the biggest reason why we keep denying him. It smells good.
Yeah.
Part of the setup for the show, find a new excuse why it isn't your fault, but we know it is that Dragonbait is not on the show. Dylan did ask me this week. He's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "What we got coming up?" I did not say anything about Dragonbait.
Well, you get asked what you want to make?
Very rarely. Usually Dylan's just like, "Okay, here you go. Here's your art."
Yeah, but I mean, the art he chooses always slaps.
Yeah, we got some text this time too, so it's not just like it wasn't just like here's your art. There's actually some breakdowns and stuff that he said. So this past couple weeks he hasn't added in like the little descriptions of them,
the flavor,
the little flavor text. Yeah.
Yeah, without that flavor text, how would we know how to talk about Briv and the heroes of the plains?
Without the flavor text, I know nothing. Nothing, I say.
What's an Alindra?
Who knows?
So what was your favorite hero of the meme?
Favorite hero of the meme? The Ledger one was good. Like the math was funny. The whole like figuring out all the math stuff was good.
I feel like I should have chose. I might have should have stuck with the color that it already was, because I think it actually would have shown better. And I think that with the one I chose, it made it a little harder to tell. I'm not sure. I really love it.
Yeah. The PogChamp Briv, I think, was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. Which one was yours?
I don't. The PogChamp Briv one I really liked, partly because it was the one going into it I figured would be like the least successful.
Not really. But I guess you're kind of drawing that like off of like you don't really have a proper visual for that one, right?
Well, I think it also had a bit to do with the concept of just like because it's not just about like, hey, have Briv or have the person do the face of the thing. It was like try to find a way to make a hybrid of both. You know? And I think we actually achieved that. where it looks like a brave PogChamp. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What about you guys, chat? Which one do you think was what was your favorite hero of the meme last week? Flavor text, adding peppermint extract to the batter for the honk. Yeah. We don't do dragon bait because you can't have the pancakes smell like vegetables and meat. Yeah. Ew, peppermint extract and orange juice. Oh, gross.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah. Lord Amethyst says Freely was their favorite.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Freely. I really enjoyed doing that one too. That was one I was definitely the most nervous about doing. Just like trying to make that hybridization was a challenge for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, would you look at it and be able to go, "Oh, look, it's Freely doing the Leo meme."
Yeah. The Penelope one was so cute.
Yeah. That one maybe wasn't my favorite, like, meme pancake we made, but it's one of my absolute favorite, like, I made a really adorable Penelope pancake.
Yeah. And the Avon All Along one was good too. They're all good, right? Yeah, I think PogChamp and Freely, PogChamp Brave and then Leo Freely were both the top ones. Especially because you put them in the suit too.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up your Twitter to like make sure I could get a good view of them. Then I scroll down a bit more. It's just like One Piece, One Piece, One Piece, One Piece.
What?
Yeah, a lot of One Piece gifs as I was scrolling down.
Yeah, well, because I said I had like the tweet where I was like, okay, so I've just started this anime. I'm on episode 140. What am I talking about? And Kelly Knox is the first person to respond and got it immediately.
Yeah, One Piece is like 900 episodes right now?
Somewhere in the 9s, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Bleach is getting a new season. They're doing the final arc animated.
Nice.
Yeah. Which honestly should have ended a long time ago, but
yeah, I sort of fell off of it.
Yeah. Once he beat Aizen and then it kept going, I was like, nope.
I think I'm even farther back than that.
Oh really? Wow.
Well, I don't think I got more than like 200.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember I was reading something where like that was the actually intended ending, but then Shonen Jump, because it was doing so well, wanted it to keep going. So the creator was just like, all right, I guess, and just like half-heartedly like kept writing for it. I was like, I guess we'll do this and this and this then. And you could really see it in the way it was being written. It was not good from there on. Yeah,
they gave up, and it really shows.
Yeah. This weekend's One Piece will be 970. Jeez. 30 more weeks at the big 1,000. Think they'll be finished by then?
I don't know.
Yeah. How could you not wrap up the show in that many episodes?
You know what Yeah, I hope they find the One Piece, like...
Didn't they already find it, though?
Remember, I'm...
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I've watched up to, like, episode 5 of One Piece.
You don't know, but you've just asked the question, and someone knows.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Someone's gonna answer.
If you know, DM me, because I'm just curious. Bible 2000, how long are the episodes? They're like 24 minutes each? 25 probably?
Yeah, I mean, standard
cartoon. Yeah, cartoon show.
Although I'll tell you...
It's this little thing called money. Yeah, that's true.
Invincible, being an hour-long cartoon, has been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And I watched it because they released it, I guess, early this week. So I was able to watch it last night at like 9 p.m. and then went to bed early-ish. And it's really good. I haven't read all of it, but I know enough to know it's great. And they're making, the changes that they're making for the show and things like that have been just really smart, really good. And the cast, oofa doofa. Although, welcome to our sponsored content of Shawn and Lee's Anime Minute. You know what I started last night?
What?
As my wind down to fall asleep. Is it Haikyuu? I don't.
Haikyuu?
The Haikyuu, the
volleyball.
The volleyball one.
Yeah, Haikyuu.
It's because I'm always I want the action, I want the adventure, I want the combat, the cool spells and things like that.
Yeah.
And gosh darn it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that the artist and author of Haikyuu, or I think it's just the author of Haikyuu, was actually used to do horror manga. So a lot of the close-ups of some of their faces and when they get all that kind of crazy look is all based off of that.
Intent.
Yeah.
What an interesting jump.
Yeah. Horror manga, high school volleyball.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you in here. What gruesome tales are you going to tell us now? Actually, it's about friendship and teamwork and believing in one another.
Yeah. But then we'll do some sick close-ups of their face to scare the kids.
Yeah. Don't worry. There will be times you'll be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm also enjoying the fact that I'm I think I'm on the 6th episode, and it's not there's no one who's just over horny yet. You know what I mean? That trope.
Yeah. I don't think that actually happens in Haikyuu at all.
Pretty dope because I'm I also was checking out the Food Wars one, which is pretty cool, except that their reaction to eating this dude's food seems to get people there.
Yeah, I've watched bits of Haikyuu. I haven't watched it all. I haven't watched a lot of it. Nevada really enjoys Haikyuu.
I didn't think it would be my jam,
Yeah.
but it's also I just had never given anything that wasn't an actiony thing.
Yeah. If you want more that's more superpowery, I think Kuroko no Basket is like that. It has a bit more it's a basketball sports anime, yeah. But they have powers of some sort.
Yeah.
It's
that's the thing is I kind of like the fact that it's just they're very good at volleyball.
Yeah.
I feel that's I don't know, you got peanut butter in my chocolate, you got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Yeah.
Remember those commercials and stuff?
Oh yeah. It's just it's the constant tournament arc. That's what it is. So if they're not training, they're in the tournament arc, and then they go back to training, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think when people talk as a sports anime, all pretty much follow shonen arcs. Yeah, exactly. Where is it? M Center brought up. Have you seen the? We're talking about the One Piece episodes. So what about all the variations of Dragon Ball? I went through and I added up all the episodes. It's 637 for Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super. So, Dragon Ball, which has been around longer than One Piece, has less episodes.
Maybe that's another one I gotta give a shot.
What, Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I never got into it.
Yeah.
It's the reason I didn't give anime a shot for so long.
Yeah.
Because I was just
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't worry too much about Dragon Ball. If you do watch, probably just go.
I started Z.
Yeah. No, don't watch Z. Watch Dragon Ball. I think it's Z Kai, because it's the more condensed version. So rather than 4 episodes of Goku powering up and monologuing, you'll have 10 minutes of it instead. So
Yeah.
they improved the animation in Kai, and just overall made the series better.
Tronsonian want to know about Weekend Bus. What kind of show is this?
Yeah. You don't need to start with Dragon Ball. Honestly, like there was nothing you need to really know in Dragon Ball that carries over to Z. Like there really isn't
characters, right?
Yeah, but like
wait, is Piccolo already a good guy in
Z? Yes.
Is Vegeta already a good guy in Z?
No.
Oh, spoiler alert!
Yeah.
Lo siento.
Yeah. But it was funny. It was so funny. Yeah, I guess. I personally haven't seen Dragon Ball at all, like the original, before my time. So, but Trying wants to know weekend buffs, so I guess we'll go over it. Interrupting our conversation.
Rude.
Yeah, rude.
I'm gonna have to speed up on some pancake.
Yeah. So this week is the Tides of Time weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah. Use these power-up champions to complete your green grass adventures. We're buffing Queen of the DPS herself, Ashara. 200% increase. Buffing Jamila, frontline fighter and berserker confidence. Buffing Grandma's grandmotherly love. Regis says Ruby encouragement and Caddy Breeze just flat champion damage 4%. And the bonus for this weekend is actually 2 feats. So if you buy the any of the 3 or above chest packs, you'll get the feats for one for Grandma and one for Regis. The first one is called the Group Elder, which increases grandmotherly love by 80%, and Regis's Wound Master feat, which increases his Ruby Invigoration by 60%.
There's one of the feats right there.
One of the feats is we're starting Dragon Ball and going forward. Yeah. I guess it depends on what you're wanting to watch, kind of Dragon Ball 4. If you're looking to watch for the fighting, then just watch Z.
I haven't enjoyed. It's just the combat just seems so convoluted. I don't know if that's the word, but it's just like, oh look, they're lightning fast and not.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, they the way they do combat for the match the speed, they just kind of like replay the same animation multiple times, right? So.
And I'm more used to modern anime. That's why I started later, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm now like used to like awesome fight choreography being also in the anime.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if that's what you're looking for, don't watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. I caught everything to the second. The second feat was called. It's for Regis. It's the Wound Master, and increases Regis's Ruby Invigoration by 60%.
Who wants to be a DPS?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Bewitched Ramen. Yeah, if you're looking for good fighting, Dragon Ball Super has some really cool, bits, and the new Broly movie, Broly. Flip. Kuotoa are degenerate fish-like humans that once inhabited the shores and islands of the surface world. Long ago, humans and their ilk drove the Kuotoa underground, where they dwell in madness and everlasting nights. Kuotoa can no longer abide daylight. Ba, ba, ba.
This next one that I'm making has a real get off my lawn vibe to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah. Oh, Hunter x Hunter is actually a good one for. I haven't watched personally, but heard good things about Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter is really cool. I sort of fell off when they went to like, I don't know, Bug Island kind of thing. Like it had this like really cool thing that it was doing, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna do a whole different thing.
Yeah. You've watched My Hero, right? My Hero Academia.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, sure. Because they have some really good choreographed fights.
That's the thing that got me that's the one that got me to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just go both feet in on this one.
Yeah. There's that one fight later on when he fights Bakugo, and then the footwork that they do, the anime for Deku as he's moving backwards. Oh, it's just like just so good that one moment of animation.
Yeah, Rabbity says that's the same point I ghosted on Hunter x Hunter. Yeah.
The bug arc, yeah. Yeah, even
But,
Richard says it's so tough to get through the bug arc.
Is it? But isn't it that where it ends? Like.
Isn't there something like 200 episodes of Hunter x Hunter?
It's a pretty good amount.
Yes. I think that's where the dub ends. Oh yeah, do you watch dub or sub? I forget.
Oh, I watch dub.
Okay, I'll forgive you because it's for the kid.
I will watch. Like I watched Demon Slayer. Actually, both.
Yeah.
When I really enjoy them, I'll definitely because it's just dubs have come a long way.
Yeah.
And it's always nice when you're just like, oh, is that Travis Willingham voice?
Yeah. Clear shares for me. The personal best animes are, and what was it? Record of the Lotus War, and Claymore. Ooh, yeah, Claymore was good.
Claymore was good.
Yeah.
You know, it was also good that I think I don't know if it's getting a second season, but it's like, oh boy, it's one of those names that's like a bit of a name. It's like Roka and the Seven Petals, or
I feel like is it the Braves or something like that?
something. Talk about baseball?
No. Roka Braves of the Six Flowers.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that one was good.
That one was super good.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like, this show's about this. Hey, there's something wrong with the numbers here. Wait, what? Oh
Yeah.
no, now the show's about this. It was just really cool. I just didn't want to spoil too much for people who's gonna jump on in, but yeah, it was really fun.
Can you guys not hear me?
I can hear you.
I know you can hear me. Everybody? Honk, honk, honk. Everyone good? All right, cool. All right, it's just M. Snyder then. Hit me. For panic for a second. It's like, oh god. All right. Okay, reset the page. It was you. Okay, good. Oof. Had me all panicked. Some. All right. Thanks, Sasha. Yeah. Okay. Roka Brave the Six Flowers. It's good.
Did you shout out Sasha today? I feel like you stole my bit and tripped up on yourself in just the most amateurish fashion.
You don't gotta drive me through the mud like that.
I mean, I had nothing to do. I had no. I was like, hey everybody, I'm also here. Is what it felt like.
Yeah. I think I did miss out on the wonderful Sasha working behind the scenes.
Let's jump back into that part of it and give him the love that he so deserves. So go ahead and do that now.
Sasha, we love you. You do great.
No,
keep up the good work.
Like it was like you didn't totally flub up and make a mockery of the intro.
Oh, sorry. Okay, one. And shout out to Sasha as well for helping co-produce and moderate the stream with us today. Thank you. We love that you're here. Sasha. There we go.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let you just limp your way through the Sasha love. Forgive him, Sasha. He's but a big.
I pray for your forgiveness. Hip hip huzzah! Yeah. Sasha keeps the stream running.
Yeah, exactly.
He worked double duty. He was also modding yesterday for Alley Insights. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. What else here? Akame Got Killed. Great anime. Watch too. Yeah.
Oh.
I thought Akame Kill was good. Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Akame Got Killed.
Yeah, That one is friggin' bonkers.
Yeah.
It's the only time in an anime that it's like you're just like, oh hey, while being super special and amazing, they are also mortal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big thing that I think a lot of animes miss out on, is that these people are immortal. Conrad Kill skipped a whole arc from the manga. Oh, they did, didn't they?
I didn't really check the manga out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's like, oh, if you get kicked through a building, you got kicked through a building.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Dark Zero. Oh yeah, the new Al Champions comic came out, which is good.
What came out?
It's the new Al Champions comic.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I never get to see that before the show.
Yeah, it always comes out while we're streaming, so.
Rude.
Yeah. Come on, Luke. Come on, what's going on?
I don't think Luke.
I know. Dark Steel says the anime that will forever hold a special place in my heart is Legendary Armor Samurai Troopers, or also known as Ronin Warriors.
Oh, like from like the 80s or
yeah, 1988. Definitely looks like a
it's like mechs and stuff, sort of, right?
yeah, it's kind of like a samurai. From my look and opinion, it looks like a samurai Power Ranger, or like almost like it's almost like it's copying Knights of the Zodiac, something like that.
So now, when you say copying, are you keeping in mind the very real potential that this 1988 one probably came out first?
No, I think the Knights of Sidonia or something like that came out before this. Knights of the Zodiac. Knights of the Zodiac came out 2 years earlier. What, Saint Seiya? Thank you, that's the one. Yeah, I knew the English name. All right. Knight of the Zodiac. I'm sorry, RoboGoblin. I knew the English name.
Get him.
Yeah.
Make him forever feel bad for stepping on my intro.
One time. Gotta change things up. Nana's favorite animes are Steins Gate and Noragami. Both very, very good.
Haven't seen Noragami. Or Game.
Yeah. Noragami? Yeah, Gami.
God, I'm so glad that the crossover of into our show, into Idol Champions, and also into anime is pretty prevalent. Or I'd feel real bad. But I've gotten some really great recommendations from this.
Oh, Knights of Sidonia. Okay, I mean, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Lord Amethyst. Yeah, Andreas says watch Noragami. You'll like it a lot. It's really good.
You ever seen Goblin Slayer?
That was not appropriate to talk about. That first episode is yikes.
Yeah.
Car War. I keep people getting mad at me about using American names for anime, but not watching anime. 10 out of 10 functionality. I mean, sure, but you're missing out on a lot of great content. Warrior Waterdeep says Cells at Work and The Great Pretender.
Great Pretender is so good.
That's the heist one, right? Where it's like about a bunch of cons working.
Yes.
Yeah. I've not seen it, but Bewitched Ramen says I recommend God of High School extremely. The fights are designed out through actual fighters and mocap suits. Really, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I knew that. Here's the thing about God of High School. I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
I even still like it. However, Jujutsu Kaisen being as amazing as it is has made me realize I don't like God of High School nearly as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, I think God of High School it's a very clean show. Like it's a very clean animation. The fighting styles are really good.
The animation but
yeah.
the show is not. The
Yeah,
show is like
everything else around it. It's like everything else around that show is not. It's not the best, but like the animation is really good, and the fight scenes are amazing.
Like give more seasons.
Yeah.
And don't rush through. Like if a show it's just they're rushing through. Like, oh man, that dude with the baseball bat who analyzes everyone's moves. He's super. Oh, he's done.
Yeah.
He's beat.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I read the first like I think 100 or a couple maybe not the first 100, but like I got a little bit into the manhwa, and they definitely skipped over quite a lot. That probably would have made it better, but also would have increased the show, increased production costs. So Jujutsu Kaisen was a web. I didn't know Jujutsu Kaisen was a webtoon.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
A webtoon is pretty much just like a, I guess
there's no
Korean manhwa kind of thing. No, Jujutsu Kaisen is just straight up manga. It's not a webtoon. Webtoons tend to be like colored and like vertical panels.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless I'm mistaken.
As a homeschooling mom of 2 kids, I'm busy.
Oh god.
Oh god. Okay. Ad popped up. People trying when Soul Leveling comes out as an anime, the world will change. Oh my god. I so want Soul Leveling as a as an anime. Did that ad come through? That sound come through? I hope not.
I didn't hear anything on my end.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, it did come through. Oh no, yeah. I was checking the Jujutsu Kaisen thing, and like this ad popped up, and it wouldn't let me like close it. I was like, oh no, panic!
What have you done?
Today I learned Shawn is a solo mom of 2 kids. I've been hiding it, but I feel like I hide it for longer. I'm sorry. How weird. Weird at all. Oh no. Girl champions demonetized. Oh no. Yeah. It basically is with our cats, yeah. Wait. I'm a solo mom with 2 kids. What do you do then, Nevada? Oh my god. But yeah. It's called Soul Leveling. If that comes out and is not animated as well as the art is in that webtoon, will be so upset.
I've never heard of it. Well, I don't really read.
Nevada's the deadbeat dad. Oh, you're not a deadbeat dad.
Nevada's just gonna go out for cigarettes real quick.
Yeah, never come back.
I feel bad because I can hear that my kid's been, my kid's almost 21 months at this point, and so he's kind of rounding into those terrible twos we've heard so much about.
Oh no.
Yeah, and ever since the grandparents have been here, I don't know if he's just trying to show off or what, but he's been on one.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah, Nevada not leaving cigarettes is not probably would never happen because she doesn't smoke or anything. But her leaving to go get cosplay supplies. It's very likely. Hey, I guess go down to Industrial Paints and Plastics and get some Warbler. Yeah, I'll be back later. It's been like 4 hours. It's just down the road. What happened?
Hey baby, we're coming home anytime soon.
Yeah. The number you have dialed is not in service. Wait, what? She's, oh my god, outed you. Yeah. I was trying to pull up like a Jujutsu Kaisen like manga panel to see like if it was a webtoon or just manga, and then that ad popped up. Oh god.
Being a pancake artist, I'll tell you, what is my favorite colors question has become a lot less easy to answer, because I really enjoy when I get the artwork and get to mix up like pinks, purples, and teals and things like that. Just
Yeah.
they look so good in pancake.
Purples do look good in pancake. Scares my wife that I remember on our Lore Olympus being animated because she wants it bad.
Yeah, I've never seen Lore Olympus, or like read.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know what it was, except that my mutuals are big fans.
Yeah, Nevada's a big fan of it too. I haven't read it either, but all I know is a lot of Greek mythology stuff, and that Hades and Persephone are some of the main characters in it.
Is it anime or?
It's another webtoon. It's a webtoon. Yeah, the webtoons I feel like have like started like skyrocket in popularity recently.
Well, I mean, especially because no one's like going out to buy hardcover stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, and so
Everyone's on the computer all day now. Yeah. Yeah. The manga set I usually use has been down for like a couple weeks now, almost a month. It's very sad.
no love for the monocle. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, so it cooked so fast. I can barely see it now. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Her quirk. I literally discovered Idle Champions out of wanting something to do while working.
I was just reading it.
Yeah. I mean, idle games are the best for that. You just put it up on the side, let it do its thing. You check on it every little while, do you need to, and then go back to work. Yeah. That said, Lore Olympus is animated confirmed. Lore Olympus, Netflix.
Did you read this on April 1st, Nevi?
Lore Olympus animated series coming to Netflix from Jim Henson Company. So they're gonna be puppets? So it is confirmed to be coming out with Netflix. So
I can't wait till the live action Cowboy Bebop comes out.
I can't wait for the Critical Role animation to come out.
I can't wait to flip this pancake.
Well, don't have to wait then.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn, you dumb adventurers. The Kutoa priest says, "See above."
That answer.
Yeah.
But priestly and probably wields magics.
Yeah. Pew pew, guiding bolt. I can't believe it's not butter. Yeah. Butter is bad for pancake art because it'll create a browning effect.
Do I say it like that?
Yeah.
You're just dragging me today.
Well, actually. More bubbles. And steam.
Call this Grill Champions After Dark. It's steamy.
Getting steamy. But for right now, we're Griddle Champions in the morning. Steam. Do you have any plans for the weekend?
I think we're gonna go to the villa that my folks are staying in, and my dad's making spaghetti.
Going to the villa. Oh.
Yeah. Well, because they're staying for a while.
Yeah.
That's right, Dark Zero. It is after dark for some viewers.
That's true. Time zones do work like that.
Oh, I guess I should make a pancake, huh?
Yeah, I got some big ones.
definitely gonna need to rein in the sizing.
Yeah.
So I want to give that last one a little bit.
Yeah, I think the new I think we're finishing up our pudding fair campaign this weekend. Or like the one shot, which is now turned into a three shot.
Yeah. That's the thing is I get invited to do some stuff with you guys, and I want to so bad.
Yeah.
But then you're like, 4 or 5 hours is just untenable.
I know.
But if you do a sum shot instead of a one shot, then I could get 2 hours here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, you also have the thing beforehand, so. Shawn, is the Char Kobold the character of yours you want out of Champions, or is there another you want instead? I would probably want my Gloomstalker Ranger in the game. Which is Snow on the Lake. I don't know. I think I'm very, very attached to that character.
Did I tell you about the character? I mean, I don't want to step on your discussion of your character, so I'll wait.
Go ahead. I'm done. It's good.
Yeah, I want to play with Snow on the Lake.
Yeah.
But I'm finally doing it, and I'm making a pancake warlock.
Pancake Warlock, nice.
The pancake art. It's a warlock pact of the Griddle, which is going to be a mostly just a skinning of the pact of the blade.
Oh, okay. So I thought. And the rest is that we can play board games sometime if you want.
IRL though? I mean, how is there a good way to do that?
There's some good ways online to do it.
Have you done it?
It's done a couple times, yeah.
All right, well.
It's the only way to play board games nowadays, so. It's a site called, you can either get the Steam, the Steam game, it's like, what's that, Tabletop Simulator? Or there's a website called Tabletopia. Yeah, it's pretty good. Who's your patron then for your Griddle Warlock?
I have to think about that because I'm also making it an actually super wholesome character. In that, okay, so my kind of the backstory I'm going with tentatively is that this kid was, guy, not kid necessarily, but was like a burgeoning chef in a small village. So the presentation was such an important thing, and no one really ever appreciated it. So the patron basically was like, "Hey, I can give you, the ability to let your work be known, to let you flourish, and everyone will appreciate what you do." Blah blah blah. And so gave him the power, and it was in the form of a griddle and a spatula and things like that. And so when it was, that kind of time, now your soul is mine and I control your and then they made a pancake art owlbear kind of thing. your soul is my, wait, what is that? It's an owlbear. You can eat it? Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so the kind of taking the souls and doing all this, the patron sort of just decided oh, I don't care about any of that anymore. I just don't care.
We made some cool pancakes, and then we're called.
It's just that they feed the entity found I'm thinking of naming him Jack Blaney. Just really found like he just really likes him, and so it's just become this like really supportive friend instead of a dark. And maybe part of the conflict becomes that the other patrons of similar ilk are just angry about that. Like,
oh, this guy gets away for free. He doesn't pay nothing.
Not so much the like doesn't pay nothing, but like doesn't provide for our goals. Doesn't just I wanted to not do a celestial warlock that was also like kind, friendly, but did still have that background of shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be fun.
That sounds fun. What about a pancake art bard? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might. If this, I mean, it's for a charity one shot, so you would actually be able to get to see him. But if I were to develop further, then it would probably take some bard levels, maybe.
Yeah, let's put it fit pretty well because you have the same spellcasting modifier and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I also really like that the Hexblade, you get to use your charisma.
Oh yeah.
Which you should hate.
I know what you're talking about.
Because I don't understand how you could really make an argument for why charisma would do that. You ever do a Hexblade?
I have not put a warlock yet. No.
Me neither. Well, no, it's not true. I did Laser Beak.
Yeah, I'm not like warlocks are cool, but I feel like they're so limited when you have such little spell slots. You have like what, like 2, maybe. So
that's why a lot of people. But that's what I like about the Hexblade, though, is that it does give you a lot more.
Yeah, you have the sword, yeah, to do a lot. Yeah. You get them back on a short rest to be like, okay, we've had one combat, short rest. Okay, one combat, short rest. It just
right. You can't. I mean, it's sort of a like, do you play it off like that? Like, do you want a short rest all the time? And
yeah,
how annoying would that be for your DM to be like, okay, now you're short resting.
Yeah.
I guess timing doesn't matter. Like how much does timing matter?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta save the villagers. Well, I gotta get that short rest in. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah, and if not, you just an Eldritch Blast. An Eldritch Blast bot. All right, pew pew.
My Eldritch. Well, but I mean, here's the thing. Your pew pew is no different than a ranger firing an arrow, or I mean, it's your weapon. What's the difference between that and a fighter using a sword a bunch?
Yeah, I think it's just the variety of spells. Like, because you have so many options as a cast as a warlock, that when you only have to pick 2 out of 2 of them, it kind of sucks. Whereas I think with fight, it's almost like expectation. It's like as a fight, you go in to just whack with the sword, and maybe do some
get like abilities that you can use. Like,
yeah, I mean, you get invocations for your Eldritch Blast and for being a warlock and stuff, but
yeah.
I'll play one day, but
I think that it's I try to not think too much about like what is combat going to be like, and like what else can out of combat be like now.
Mm-hmm. God, combat's so much fun though.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can also be a real time sink.
Oh God, yeah.
Although I've been watching a lot more of like the Dimension 20 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Brennan Lee Mulligan does his combat also very, very much has a very good like storytelling feel to it that's really cool. Like even the combat is more than just like, you know, it's very narrative and very. Plus, I don't think I've ever really come across as many like, oh shoot, they're not going to succeed. Like that's like the balancing is just really well done in a way.
Battle Ranger says this one my warlock has a bunch of different concentration spells, so I can choose one per battle, and it's very effective in a very effective way of cantrips. Yeah. The hard part with like effective cantrips is that you don't really get much better than Eldritch Blast. Like force damage, 120 feet, more shots as you level up. Like it's just.
I don't know. I think if you've got a DM that rewards ingenuity, you can do a lot with prestidigitation.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite spell in D&D. If it's like, if you're allowed to kind of just go a little buck wild with it, just the subterfuge things, the ability to, you know, if you find someone and then they try to run away from you, like that's what I did in the game. Is I had a shape-shifting adversary that I kept like having to look for, and if they got away from me, they would change shape. So I prestidigitated her shirt to smell of doo-doo poops.
So whenever you go, you're like, I smell them. They're close.
Yeah. It was in a crowded room, so I'd be like, I didn't even have to roll when I found. You know, I had to roll a really low DC perception check, and then
you find that group of people going like, oh, that's that smell, and you fall into the source.
Yeah, people would kind of step away. So,
Counting Coup says I never played Hexblade because it seems like everybody plays in spec. Yeah, I think Hexblade is just the case of like where one spec is much better than everything else.
Yeah, the bummer thing with the Hexblade is it gets some really cool late game stuff.
Yeah.
But once you get a couple of levels, I mean, Hexblade, Warlocks in general, you don't wait till level 3 to get your like patron stuff. So you take one level, maybe 3 levels of Warlock.
Yeah.
And then Paladin. I mean, shoot, Critical Role. He's a Paladin Warlock.
Yeah. But Travis was mostly Warlock until the thematic change, right? So, actually, a good example is 2 of my players in the Descent into Avernus campaign just like dipped 2 to 3 levels into Warlock to get like all the stuff that Hexblade gives you, and then
they both went Hexblade.
I think so. Just to get a little bit of stuff from there, and then moved out into their actual the classes they wanted to play. So our Bard went Bard Warlock, so he can get medium armor proficiency in the classic Warlock Diep. Yeah.
Diep.
Diep.
But yeah, my Eldritch Blasts are gonna be magically flung pancakes.
Slap! Ow! Force damage.
And then the medium armor is actually going to be like the Griddle is worn on the chest, and like you can like fold it down to cast spells. And it'll be a spatula will be the blade.
Yeah.
Which kind of is a bummer because then I have to like for combat reasons, it's either gonna have to be a dagger or a flip pancake.
Flip the pancake. Ooh. The purple wormling.
No, actually, this is just the purple worm. I'm going to skip the wormling.
You gonna skip the wormling? Oh, okay.
For the next one, because I want to give that...
I got you, yeah. So the purple worm is the massive burrowing monster known as the purple worm that terrorizes the creatures of the Underdark as it chews through solid rock in pursuit of prey. A dim-witted, ravenous force of nature. This creature regards anything it encounters as food. Dark Side, I know you watch Glass Cannon as well. Glass Cannon podcast, let's go. Does Griddle exposure lead to resistance to heat/fire damage?
I ca- Here's the thing. If the DM were cool with it, because it's one of those things like, not necessarily, not rules as written kind of thing. But what I kind of would do is basing it off of some true life sort of stuff. No, it would absolutely not. Like, even if the DM was like, yeah, you probably want fire resistance, huh? And I look at my arm and all the burns I have on it. Like, no, I don't think I would.
Yeah. Dark, I know that you for reason, Sean. I haven't listened to Glass Cannon for a while now, so. Mean Armor is a waste if you have decent decks. I like the Mage Armor Invocation better. Yeah. Yeah. My party at the end had I just feel like everyone had super high AC. It was crazy.
Was it a very min-max kind of gathering?
Not.
Yeah, 2 players dip into Hexblade just to get some jazz.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I honestly think the biggest problem in the campaign was the Necromancer with like just the horde of skeletons. And I was going by the book and not trying to like oh hey, this is a wizard here. He casts fireball. Your skeletons are dead. Right? I didn't want to be like that, so I was going pretty much by what the book encounters were. And maybe the odd one here, the odd throw in here or there, just to kind of spice things up while they're traveling, but nothing too crazy. But it was getting out of hand when they had like 15 skeletons doing, 15d8 plus 60. Darkseid maybe behind their Patreon stuff and Androids and Aliens about cop on their flagship show. Yeah, I'm in that same boat. I stopped Androids and Aliens a while ago because I didn't really like the system. Was mostly it. But does it get better at all? Do you know? And their Patreon stuff, I'm behind on that, way behind on that too. So I use my Warlock Rogue. Oh, that's pretty good. I've always wanted to try the Sorkadin, the Sorcerer Paladin.
Sorkadin?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, the Sorcerer Paladin combos are apparently like really good. Do you know this weekend's GE yet? There is no GE this week. This weekend is double feats, a feat for Gromma and a feat for Regis. Starfish. They've added Sydney. Okay, Sydney's cool. She was really good in the Jade Spire. What it's called? Yeah, like the super dungeon that they did for Pathfinder. Oh, Emerald Spire, not Jade. Emerald. Oh, this is gonna be a big pancake.
So you can understand why Wormling just didn't make the cut.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't want to print first this weekend on my 3D printer. Might try and keep this in this other one and try and print a Dragon Bait mini.
Dragon Bait?
Yeah. The first mini I printed at home with my other 3D printer was the Dragon Bait mini.
So you'll have printed 2 Dragon Bait minis before we were ever willing to make a pancake of one on our show.
Yeah, you know it. Dragon Bait, who's that? Yeah. What kind of printer did I get? I got the Ender 3 version 2. Which I heard is pretty good. It was between that or the CR10, which is a much bigger 3D printer, and also like double the price. but we went with the Ender 3 V2 because it's it does better detail work. Oh yeah, the CR10 V3. I think that's one we were going to go for. We just installed the BL Touch. See, so yeah, that was the problem I had with mine. So we had the wrong auto leveling kit. So, and I gotta manually do it all with my hand now.
Will they replace it?
I don't know. The problem is the store ordered like all their stock of auto levers are for the wrong model.
What will they?
I don't know. Like, we're friends with like one of the guys who works with a couple people who work there actually, and the one guy who got all the 3D printers in is like one of the higher ups. So, so we're trying to do the. So we're just waiting for him to be like, yes, we ordered more, and then all that stuff. So. I thought it just improves your leveling. I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it helping. That's kind of what I want it for, rather than using like the paper trick. I think once we get used to this one, I want to get a resin 3D printer because those ones are apparently really good for minis. I mean, you want a side hustle? Apparently, 3D printing is the way to go.
Are you trying to side hustle with it?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, yeah, just put them on the Discord in the art channel. It's a different form of art, right? Put your prints there. Once I get things up and running on mine, which I gotta level it tonight, and then start the print tonight before I start playing Path of Exile because the new update came out today. So.
I got, because of our good friend Trevor, I got Divinity 2 for Switch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's actually really fun. Combat was a little bit hard to get into at first until I was just like, all right, I got to just think like, what if I was in a D&D game? How would I want to run this?
Yeah.
And that made it a lot better.
Yeah. Cheeks mix, hell yeah to my boss. I'm not working after lunch. That's for lunch for some PoE Cyclone Champ on trade. Nice. I'm not the biggest fan of Cyclone. I tried it once and it was kind of meh.
What's this?
For Path of Exile. Because the new Ultimatum League popped up today, so it's up at least. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I might start that for us off. My friend, when I play with my friend, he only plays hardcore, so that means when we play together, I'm also playing hardcore. So I think that might be good to go Chieftain and just try to do maybe some weird totem or Cyclone. Get all the health in the world. Hey, where's Discord? I think it's just !Discord is the code, right? Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dark Zero. Yeah, pop it in there. A lot of help with people too. If you need help with the game. If I played hardcore mode, it'd be a really short game. Yeah, it was for the first little while. That's how I started playing the game. It was hardcore. Yeah,
that's not fair.
Yeah, definitely quick learning experience. So
I feel like your friend should have been a little bit more like, all right, let's get you into this game first.
Yeah, there were definitely a couple points where like where hardcore. I stopped playing hardcore and I was like, I'm just like, my character's dead. I'm in standard now. I'm just gonna play in standard for a while and just see how that goes. And then near the end of the last league, I started I said softcore for a little while and got used to it a bit more. So
yeah, I'm on explorer mode.
Yeah.
Trevor was like, yeah, combat can be kind of brutal, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah. Wait till you get to how far are you so far?
Dude. Okay, so
lay it out.
I'm still at Camp Joy.
Okay.
I've put in hours into this game. But you see here now, see what I done did is I done made a mistake.
What you done did do?
I've done everything, but I cannot find the thing that's just like, this will get you out. Like everything I got going on, it's just Like I've done so much stuff. I've uncovered so many things, but like can't find Gareth. Can't. There was one kid that had a boat, and it was like, hey, you saved my life. I'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got some stuff I gotta
Are
finish.
you out of the camp?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not. Like I still have my collar on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just haven't found anyone who will take it off.
Yeah, there are tons of options for leaving the camp. Yeah.
I know, and I've done most of all of them.
Yeah.
You
killed the crocodiles, right?
Dude, I've killed everyone.
Okay.
Basically, right now I've got the screechers to deal with. Like I gotta get the screechers, so I gotta find the weapons that'll kill them. And then I got the guy's soul jar. I did that thing. I freed him. I mean, I've seriously done.
Oh yeah, you might have pissed off the blacksmith. Yeah.
What blacksmith? Like
it's in town. I think it's like.
Right, we'll take it off.
Yeah, there's a blacksmith. There's like a trader there that'll help you take off the collar, I think.
Well, I also did enough something or other to get all the magisters pissed off at me. So like, I've just ended up.
I mean, they're gonna be mad at you no matter what. So.
They got hostile and I killed them. So basically, the inmates run the prison now. That story wise hasn't resulted in anything, but like it's theirs. They're good.
Yeah. Garrett's saying, you want to kill them all anyway because they're the bad guys of the game. So. Yeah, there's definitely like a blacksmith that helps you take off the collar.
Right, and then once I found out that that's the case, I haven't been able to find a blacksmith since I have a really bad.
You know where I think it's where
No, stop. Let me finish this before you say you know where.
Okay.
My spatial awareness is really bad. Like really bad. So I don't. I mean, if you close my eyes and spin me in a circle 14 times and then go, okay, now where are you? I'd be like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think if I remember where the blacksmith is anyway. I haven't played that part in a long time. But I feel like it's like near the front of the like when you enter the kind of camp, you see that big like statue.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the southwest in a corner.
Probably also like an anvil and stuff. I didn't look too hard for that when I found out because I just had I have so many threads that just need like okay and then this and we're good.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time finding
that one little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So my level's pretty good. I grinded a lot.
Yeah.
But like some of the dungeon stuff and then like the courtyard stuff where you're actually fighting off the magisters and doing that kind of stuff, those are some really cool, interesting combats.
Yeah. The worst combat. There's one combat in this game that when you finish the Camp Joy stuff a little bit later on, that I probably died like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because like everything is on fire. Absolutely everything everywhere is on fire.
The pigs, the fire.
No, these are like slimes. They're like slimes like a fire and slimes with oil, so they work together really well.
Everything blows up, right?
Yeah, and it's just oh my god.
I didn't know you really could fight them because I tried fighting them like kiting them.
Oh no, this is a different fight than those pigs. This is like much later on.
Oh.
Yeah. You're on like a big like wooden. Like you save somebody, and Mr. Aristic, Divinity Original Sin 2. That's what we're talking about.
I'm talking. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I always get that confused with Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, no, this one's not pillared. There's like this giant like wooden like scaffolding thing where someone's getting hung. You have to go save them, and then once you save them, they start like lighting the entire wooden building on fire, and then all these different like oil slimes and fire slimes start coming out and spreading more and more fire. So it took me I probably took like 2 days to beat that. It took me forever.
Yeah, I had like a fight where these undead things and a void, like. Not really. It like looked like a scorpion almost. It was the first like void woken thing I really had to fight in earnest.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like in the jungle or the marsh area. That was one where like you're really like their initiative's good. You're kind of bottled in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that one took me 2 tries.
Yeah. Gar wants to know: did you keep the Squirrel Knight alive?
Yeah, he's following with me.
He's dope, isn't he?
Sir Lore?
Yeah.
Sir Laura? Although I had a cat that was following me, and then one of the magistrates, I was just walking, and all of a sudden an arrow just goes, "Pweep!" kills the cat. It's like, I don't like black cats. And I was like,
Yeah, I was super mad when they just like targeted the cat and killed it. And I was like, what? Why?
Yo, it's rude. This is a big ass pancake.
Yeah.
Which apparently I did not need to.
Take too long on, yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think that's the thing. This one is there's not. I don't think there's a lot of like intricate detail on it, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I guess I can do that one.
Yeah. Yeah. There are points I had to redo about multiple bounces to keep them alive. The stupid cat I let die right away, though, walked through poison. Yeah.
Well, my character. Okay. Triavor did not get the joke of it right off the bat, which is okay. So I have an undead rogue as my character. And I named her Harmony. What's the joke of it? Undead rogue Harmony.
No idea. All I can think of is like harm on my knee. Like you hurt your knee or something.
It's music based.
Oh, I have no idea. Explain the joke.
Well, what is an undead rogue other than a bone thug? Those bone thugs.
Okay, that's funny. That's good. Yeah,
this one's gonna take a little more than just bubbles.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit to cook. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my character, and then I have Fane as my wizard. So I've got 2 undead in my party, and I have him basically doing like the dual wielding staves. So it's got the wands. So it's got the ranged regular attack.
Yeah.
And I'll only ever give him poison because the second I'm out of combat, I have Sabile using the restoration on her and the Red Prince. So those guys, they can be brought to full health immediately after, and then I just spam throwing poison on Harmony and just walking back and forth through the poison puddle to heal.
Yeah, I had who did I have? I had Sabile, the Red Prince, and Ifan as my party.
Yeah. I liked having 2 undead that can heal with poison.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The Red Prick's so annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really like full of himself in the beginning, but he does mellow out as you go along.
I will say one of the things that I have to remember to do, because he's got all of the persuasion is in him.
Yeah.
So if I like am walking around with someone else and another person just like happens upon us and it's like a persuasion thing, and I'm like, crap, I'm not the Red Prince. I'll fail this.
Yeah. Quick save, reload, and just Red Prince, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have him do that, and then I like having the undead rogue who doesn't need thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of nice. And then I've just got the Red Prince as my tank fighter.
Yeah.
Sabile, I made her a ranger.
Oh, she's my caster.
That's Fane for me.
Yeah.
So I have them hold back. Fane's got that haste and encouragement for when I need to build up. It's really an interesting way to think about playing the game. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that I could progress. I wish it was just a little more hold my hand and tell me where to go, but that's just because I'm bad. Like my friend Tyson and I used to that really weird phenomenon where you just really enjoyed watching gameplay.
Oh yeah,
which I guess isn't that weird considering how much Twitch is blown up.
Yeah.
But I would take the sticks. I would play the game, but he would basically navigate for me because he'd be like, yeah, you gotta go. Like I get lost. He'd be like, all right, go there, now go there, now go there.
Yeah, I think Ifan and my main character were both. Oh no, my main character was a rogue too. Yeah, and Ifan was like a ranger.
And it's cool because like rogue, like you kind of, unlike a lot of games, you get to play your rogue more. I haven't really done a lot with sneaking. I need to kind of give a little more thought into that.
Yeah.
But it's just weird when you've got like your whole party and you don't want to like separate.
Yeah.
Anything.
How are the controls on Switch?
I'm a flip.
Oh yeah, go flip.
They're good.
Wah! The Demogorgon, Prince of Demons, the sibilant beast, and the master of the spiraling depths. Demogorgon is the embodiment of chaos, madness, and destruction, seeking to corrupt all that is good and undermine order in the multiverse, to see everything dragged howling to the infinite depths of the abyss. Ba ba ba.
And also a good theme.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Stranger Things. Yeah. So it meets the new boss for next week. Like Demogorgon itself. He's coming to the game on Wednesday. Part of Grand Tour 13.
Star Chaser, thank you. Yeah, I was shocked at how fast we did.
Yeah, that was really quick. yeah, not Icewind Dale. This one's coming out in the Grand Tour. We're going back to the underground.
We're going back to the underground.
Yeah. Underground rap battles. Let's go. Dr. Zedgekech? I don't know if I pronounced that right. No GE this weekend. This weekend we're getting 2 feats. Getting a feat for Grama and a feat for Regis. Does new boss come out every month or something? I mean, I guess pretty much. Because in the in between of events, we do a new content update, which is usually has a new bigger boss, right? So last time it was Tiamat. This time it's a Demogorgon. We're just getting bigger and scarier.
Yeah, once you hit Tiamat and the Demogorgon, where do you go? Find out next week on Griddle Champion.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Tiamat is epic. Yeah, that boss fight is oof.
I love that we get to be the ones to kind of showcase who the new boss is going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, with character, especially if it's a character that's coming out that is tied to a performer, it's a little bit like Friday, they want to talk about it and all that kind of stuff, and so it's not as easy to keep a lid on. But when it's a boss, there's no one tied to the boss usually. Like, oh look, now you can be killed by my character.
Yeah. Although I think with the content creators like champions and stuff, it's like they'll announce it, but then they kind of like, hey, my character's coming to the game, like a little graphic. Then we get to do like the portrait and kind of also the other reveal and stuff. And then usually the what's it called? Their like breakdown. Whatever the word I'm thinking for is.
Breakdown.
Yeah. One second. My brain is just like dropping it like it's hot. The spotlight. Yes, thank you, our Green Paradox. That's it, the spotlight. So we'll usually do the flip and the spotlight will come up. So.
Yeah, you definitely learn more about.
Yeah. It's like they give the teaser, we give like the art, and then the spotlight happens to come at the same time. So. Kira's a smiling face in front of me. Go away. I actually never got around. Yeah, so how are the controls for Divinity on Switch?
Surprisingly, really good.
Yeah.
I haven't really had. I don't really play a lot of PC gaming though, so it wasn't like, oh, this feels wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine like with this, with a game like this where it's very point and click, it's probably very easy to move stuff around, and I just feel like the console controls would be very like clunky almost, because there's so much to like move around and so much on the screen.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some really kind of cool intuitive stuff. Like if you hold down A, you do like a search beacon sort of thing. So like a wave around you kind of goes, and then anything that is within that you could like walk to and open up like a chest or whatever. Like you get like a pull down menu, like you get a menu of those things, so you don't have to like.
That's cool. Okay.
I don't know if that already exists in that game.
I never used that if it was so. My guess was Pancake is Greg from accounting. Yeah. Is there anything that the console versions of Baldur's Gate it works better than you think it would? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's another game that I wanted to go back and try as Baldur's Gate games, but I've heard they don't really hold up too well. Like in yeah, they didn't grow very well. This typebot knows code. What else does it know? It knows nothing else. It knows what we tell it to. Wow, strong opinions. I think they hold great. Whoever told you they're all high. You know, anyone else that they don't hold up is wrong. All right, okay. Stepped on a landmine there. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's just like, I have the bells quick. They walk into a door, everyone's got a baseball bat. Like, who told you that? Baldur's Gate has an enhanced edition. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll get those or something. So this is I'm doing it again. I'm not finishing games I'm already playing and thinking of new games to play. The hat, I love it. I'm just like thinking of new games to play instead of finishing the ones I'm already playing. The Enchanted Edition? Ooh, that'd be good. I gotta finish. I started playing FF7, the new one, so I'm gonna finish that before I pick up anything else. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Good with Baldur's Gate, but yeah, they're updated now. Yeah, I mean, like enhanced or enchanted versions can only do so much. Right, so Nevada, no dirt, don't sass me.
Don't sass-aspia.
Yeah. Grip on D2. I don't know if I feel hyped for Diablo 2. I don't think it was. I don't know. I don't think it needed a remake or a resurrect or anything like that. To me it feels like we need money, so what we do, let's remaster an old game. And
Diablo 3 is really easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. I mean, I know that you can play it on harder modes, but first you got to beat it on easy mode or normal mode.
Yeah.
And like, boy, just chewing through. I mean, everything heals, and you just chew through bosses.
Yeah. Shawn, how are the controls for that? And the combat is it turn based? Because nerve damage can do action games. I think you can change it so.
What game?
For FS7, the remake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a hybridization of that.
Yeah. There are like if you choose an there's an option where Cloud and like whoever you're targeting will attack manually, and you just do the you can just input like commands.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, I think doing it that way it makes it puts the game on easy mode. So, but you know, if you're playing easy mode, who cares? It's just, as long as you're playing the game and having fun. So if you other than that, it is very action movie, move around, dashing, blocking. So you can set it to that mode, and all you do is Cloud will attack and do what it needs to, and then you'll be the one putting in like commands and picking fire and all that stuff. Do you think with a huge audience of core gamers? Yeah. It's weird. I watched a bit of a stream on for the DT Resurrected, and I was like, when I was watching it, and like I was like, this. I think I said this last week actually. Was that I was like, oh, this game doesn't look that much better, and then they toggled on Legacy mode. Then I was like, oh, okay, this game looks way better now.
Oh.
You can turn on the old graphics in the Resurrected to see and to make the comparison. And at first, when they had the new graphics up, I was like, oh, this looks okay. It doesn't look anything that great. And then like the changeover between the two, I was like, oh, okay, now I see the difference. And like the nostalgia goggles were on first, and then they got ripped off my head. Can't wait for D4. Yeah, I want D4. Like I'd rather just have like people who are working on the Resurrected put them on the D4 team and make it go faster. Hopefully, if that's the way that works. Probably not, but
You work at a place that makes a video game, and
it's different. They're a bigger studio.
Did I give the Wormling a lunchbox and a little spinnery hat? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh, jeez, Miss, you worked on DT Resurrected. Oh, sorry. You did great. Beyblade 2000 got too many games to play. 3 Disgaea games. Oh, those games are long too. Chrono Cross, nice. Bunch of old Final Fantasy games, and my list is growing. Game is staring at me, taunting me, playing me. Yeah.
You know what I found out is like for the most part terrible on Switch?
What?
Shooting games?
Really?
Well, so I mean it was kind of cheap, and I really had some nostalgia for Bulletstorm.
Okay.
And so I just downloaded the Switch one, which also is like you can make Duke Nukem the main character, but it's actually kind of cool how they do that part of it. Is they don't change any of the dialogue that's going on. They just they add Duke Nukem, like the Duke Nukem dialogue's different, but it's like him reacting to the other stuff and being kind of confused a little bit. Like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, it's this guy. Like, oh, like it's like all anyway. I don't see any way for you to turn off vibration, and it vibrates a lot.
Oh.
And the controls are so like just not natural. Like if you were in like a fast-paced thing, it just sucks.
Oh, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. So I deleted it. I got it and I was like, no, I don't want this. and then Triavor is like, Divinity 2 is really great. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that. It's really great. Maybe I'll get into that.
Yeah. Did you does your Switch have really bad drift at all or no?
Not really.
No. Mine has a really bad drift. What's wrong with D3? Nothing's wrong with D3. Yeah, Diablo 3 is a very easy game.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
Yeah, I can imagine like when you get like a lot farther in the game, it might be a bit harder, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of.
Oh, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool. Yeah, I just feel like the game it was made. Yeah, I think someone said it earlier, was targeted for the more general public. The story's meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, Path of Exile, for example. The story's not meant to be hard, but like when you get to your Act 5 boss Kitava, like that's hard. Like that's a hard fight. So I think there are certain points when you fight Diablo, like it should be a fight that's like very, very difficult, not just like, okay, well I do my usual stuff and I win, and then
put down a turret.
Yeah.
Auto fire. Move around a little bit. Bye.
Yeah. I get rocked in some parts of PoE instrument. Yeah, like there's like the Act 2 boss I still get rocked by every once in a while. Like it's nuts.
I kind of want to start like in a D&D group setting as like a scheduled time where we meet up for an hour or two and do like co-op Legacy or what's the game I'm talking? Divinity.
Divinity's cross-platform, isn't it?
It's cross-save. I don't know if it's cross-platform to play.
So there is it worth pushing the event free puts after you've already gotten the area 2075? If you want more favor. Wow, first L Champions question. Besides besides the GE and stuff. Yeah, there's the only reason to put cheaper is just to get the favor conversion. So it's a really good thing to do. So do like 1 or 2 like really, really deep pushes as far as you can get, and then just go to 50. Oh yeah, no crossplay at all.
Yeah, it's just cross save.
Yeah.
So I guess you got the upper switch, bud.
Yeah, I mean I have a Switch, so.
I have a Switch.
I have a Switch, yeah. I could move my save over, but then it's I'm near the end of the game on it right now.
Flip.
Whoop. Dad, I don't want to go to school.
I don't want to devour everybody.
Yeah.
I just want to dance.
Yeah. I'm so tired of eating rocks, Dad.
I want to live above ground.
Why? You can't even see the sun, kid. You don't have eyes.
But I can smell the flowers.
You don't have a nose.
But I can vibrations. Shut up, Dad.
I think the majority of complaints about D3 is that it wasn't D2. Oh yeah, that's big. And that's sort of why I have 3K hours in PoE. I'm clocking out of work to play it later today. Yeah. Yeah, my buddy. Once my buddy puts his kids to bed, we'll be jumping on.
Oh, Star Chaser's excitement for the flip got him timed out for a little bit. Sorry, Star.
I hate those arguments. Yeah. I want to feel the wind in my hair. You don't have hair.
Obo Lauren. I just love D4 because D4.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'll put my McDonald's order out in the air. I'll just message it to you right now.
Yo, Nevi, real quick. Once he messages it to you, share it in chat.
Don't put on blast. That's rude.
Well, I got put on blast for not being allowed to say my. And you said hell, not Avernus. Like what the?
So I wasn't just straight copying.
No, you were butchering.
Oh.
Down. Next week on Grill Champions, will Shawn and Lee patch things up?
Yeah. All right, fine. You outro.
I just want to thank Bart Pelham.
Come on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thank
you, everybody, and our sponsors. Sasha, you're just tops, man. You're just the best. Safe confines of next week. We got some stuff going on. Thank you to the Wizards and D&D. Dylan, boy, you're great. Thank you so much for the art you give us and the flavor text.
52 episodes.
Greg, dude.
52 episodes.
By this point, man,
you don't know the ending.
I'm tapped out at this point, man.
This guy. It sounds like a kid saying grace. Yeah. It's your first time at the table. All right, what do you say, guys?
Or just like any story.
Thank you for the food.
No, just right. Any story. And then Bart, and then he said to Pelham, and Pelham was like, and then Pelham, he had a cup, and it was a red cup. Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
So great. But when you do it, we're gonna live. Thank you, Wizards D&D.
Thank you for hanging out with us today, everybody. and for participating in Idle Champions and Dungeons & Dragons communities. You guys are awesome. It's the weekend. Reload your game. Get those buffs going. Get those deep pushes in. This show exists because of a number of amazing people behind the scenes, including our corporate Sasha. You didn't even call it Sasha properly. How?
I was giving you. You're supposed to.
How dare you, Sasha?
And then I go Sasha.
Yeah. So as our partners at Dungeons and Dragons: Greg, Bart, Pelham, Allison, Shawling, and Lisa. And you also forgot Garwar's Guide to Everything Idle Champions at 1 p.m. No, that's not 1 p.m. Yeah, at 1 p.m. in 1 hour. Yeah, at 1 p.m. 1 to 3. 1 to 3. And then I think today as well for the whackers of the bushes out there, and Nick and Georgia I think are going to be on stream again at 3 p.m. to show off some cool art and talk about whacking bushes. So, Lauren's going to be guesting on with Garwar today. Nice.
When are we going to get Lauren to guest on our show?
We don't have guests.
We could.
We could, yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.